And welcome to our midweek show of Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show, as we'll be previewing our area high school football matchups. The Statesboro Blue Devils with the number 3 seed in the state tournament on the line, as they'll be hosting New Hampstead Friday night at Womack Field. We'll also take a look at some highlights from Southeast Bulloch's Tuesday night game at home against Beach, and preview their matchup coming up Friday on the road at Johnson, also Bulloch Academy. We'll take a look at the Gators matchup for this Friday night, and we'll also be visiting with head coach Chad Lunsford and some of the Georgia Southern Eagles as they get set for a big Sun Belt matchup on the road at Troy coming up this Saturday. All that and more coming up in just a moment. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com.
The Medical Center Pharmacy on Grenade Street is proud to be your Health Mart pharmacy in Statesboro. The Medical Center Pharmacy, locally owned and serving this community for 50 years, is open 364 days a year. The pharmacists at Medical Center know there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. That's why they take the time to know their customers, explain their medications, and answer any questions. The Medical Center Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles coming off a huge 24-21 victory on the road at Boone, North Carolina, knocking off the then number 20 ranked Appalachian State Mountaineers. This week, the Eagles cannot afford a letdown if they want to stay in the hunt for a Sun Belt championship. As they travel to Troy, we had a chance to talk with head coach Chad Lunsford and some of the players about the matchup.
You know, every year is going to be a dogfight with them. We prepared for that all week. Coach told us, you know, just be ready for 60 minutes of football, and we're the dogfight. We came out on top. The O-line's doing a great job. Backs running hard. Receivers, they doing their job out wide. That's all you can ask for. We slowly but surely putting it together, and it's going to continue to get better throughout the season, the rest of the season. Last year, they kind of took us out the championship, and what we tried to get accomplished there. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the game before versus ULM, but it is what it is. But we just trying to play. I ain't really worried about that.
Great, being your rival, in school is just something different that brings a spark to a school, and to have everybody Eagle Nation behind us is really great to see on campus. There's not one position I can tell you. We're just clicking. It's really hard to put it on one specific group because we're all playing well, and I feel like D-line plays good, linebackers play good, safeties play good. If we're all on one accord, then we all end up playing pretty well. We know their quarterback. He putting up numbers this year. They're a passing team. They pass first before they run. They actually have some pretty stout running backs who are pretty good as well. But it's going to be a big game for us in the everywhere. Actually, we need to get pressure on the quarterback. We need to get deeper draws as linebackers, and play the coverage behind us to give ourselves a chance to go out and come out victorious.
Very proud of our kids. Very proud of our staff. They did a tremendous job in getting prepared for that football game. Did a great job on the field and being able to finish that thing and win that game. So hats off to them, and appreciate all the Eagle fans that showed up to the game and braved the weather. And so that was really good. But it's now time to flip the switch and make sure that we start getting ready for the next one. Luckily, we've been in this situation before. This time last year, we beat a 25th ranked App team, and we have the exact same two opponents that we have this time. It's just flipped this time. We're going to go to Troy this week, and our guys have learned from that, and that's what I hope to see this Saturday is, we've got to put the other one behind us. There is a lot of positive noise now. There's still negative. There's still some negative noise, and our guys have done a really good job of drowning that out. But we got to drown the positive out too, and we got to understand it's about what we do each and every day. We challenged them yesterday to say, hey, one day at a time. Let's go have the best Sunday we can have. Let's go have the best Tuesday we can have. Let's go have the best Wednesday we can have. And Troy's a good football team. Right now their record's 3-5, but we could easily be 3-5. And so we gotta understand that they're a good football team, and we can't overlook this. They're very impressive on offense. They're a little bit different than they were last year. They're throwing the ball more than they run the ball, but they're pretty efficient at it, and they are putting up big yards, putting up big numbers, doing it. The quarterback is very efficient. Quarterback is very accurate. Their offensive line does a good job of protecting him, and they got 3 really good receivers that can make plays after they catch the ball. Defensively, I know they've been banged up a little bit, been injured, but you can see the athleticism. You can see that they have it within them to do some things. So again, we got to make sure we do what we do and make sure we're prepared to play as hard as we can play.
And stay with us. Plenty of high school previews coming up next.
My Queensboro banker is Cheryl Quick.
Blanchard Equipment Company has 16 locations.
Queensboro has homegrown values just like us.
They get heavily involved in every community.
And that means strong customer service.
They've been around a long time, just like John Deere.
When you run across the bank like that, you stick with them.
I sure would like to own one of these John Deeres.
Well, we can sure make that happen.
Oh, well.
Queensboro is your community bank. Queensboro National Bank and Trust.
When my dad passed away, we started keeping my mother at home. She was not happy, and we were not happy because she wasn't happy, and so we decided we would check into Willow Pond, and we brought her to Willow Pond, and immediately when she came up here, that visit, the first visit, she fell in love with it, and she was ready to stay. We're so happy that we did for her because she was completely satisfied, and she lived here almost 11 years, between 10 and a half and 11 years, and there's no doubt in my mind that it extended her life, and it made her happy and completely content.
My name is Chandler Dennard, and I'm the Executive Director here at Willow Pond. Come let our family take care of your family.
The Southeast Bulloch Coaches Show segment is brought to you in part thanks to Southeast Tire and Service. Southeast Tire and Service has been in business for 13 years, offering extensive vehicle repair and service from bumper to bumper. Come have a cup of coffee with us and let us help you with your car needs. Located at 400 Parker Avenue in Brooklyn. And before we get to our previews, Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets in action on Tuesday night. They were hosting Beach. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. The Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets senior night hosting Beach in a rare Tuesday night matchup. The Bulldogs moving downfield early on as they get inside Yellow Jacket territory, and Ontario Brown starts the scoring with a 3-yard touchdown. The extra point failed, 6-0 Beach. The Yellow Jackets coming back. Screen pass over to Jamari Daniels, who breaks free into Beach territory. Next, Ethan Shannon off the right side with another first down run. And finally, it's Peyton Carr dropping back and finding Michael Dixon, who hauls it in for the score. Their extra point failed, and it was tied at 6-all. We move to the second quarter. Beach going to the air once again. Wells finds Dejon Weaver for a first down. And then the give to Brown once again. He goes in for the touchdown. And this time the 2-point conversion pass will be good. And Beach opens up a 14-6 lead, but the Jackets coming right back as Peyton Carr scrambles. He finds Andre Evans, who hauls it in inside of Beach territory. Next, the give to Jamari Daniel, who goes up the middle inside the 10-yard line for another first down. And then it's Daniel capping the drive with the touchdown with just over 1 minute to go in the half. Southeast gets within 14-12, but a big play right here before the half as Wells finds Montre Maynor across the middle. and he goes the rest of the way for the touchdown. This would give Beach some momentum and a 20-12 halftime lead. Moves the second half. Christian Clark in at quarterback. He'll give to Ethan Shannon, who gets deep into Beach territory, and a few plays later, it's Clark going in for the touchdown. Again, the Jackets get within 2 at 20-18, but then a fumble for Southeast Bulloch, and on the very next play, Wells going deep, and he finds Conte Johnson for the touchdown. Beach up 28-18 at this point. Again, the Jackets trying to come back, getting a nice run here. Traydon McBride into Beach territory. Next, Carr across the middle to Rand Morgan for a first down. We move to the fourth, and this time it's Shannon going in for the touchdown. The Jackets get within 3 at 28-25. The defense doing their job, shutting Beach down, forcing them to punt. Southeast will get the ball inside the 35-yard line after the punt, but would end up having to punt. Then with just over 5 minutes left, Beach looks like they may have iced the game with a long run, but Michael Dixon comes up with the fumble recovery. Southeast in business again with 1:37 left. Fourth down, Peyton Carr going to the air, but this one's going to fall incomplete, and Southeast falls 28-25. This portion of the Southeast Bulloch Coaches Show is brought to you by Crazy Nick's Inflatables. We'd love to be a part of your birthday parties, church and Sunday school functions, school event, community event, company events, or just entertainment for a small family gathering. Whatever your event, they can provide the fun. Serving Bulloch, Effingham, Bryan, and surrounding counties, delivery, setup, and breakdown are all included in the pricing. For more information, call 912-690-5972 or visit them online at nick@crazynicksinflatables.com. So next up, Southeast Bulloch on the road at Johnson. We had a chance to talk with head coach Barrett Davis about that matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it was 28-25. We preach to our kids that a season is about a process. Everything you do is about a process, and all the little details matter. And, we had a few busts on defense tonight that led to big plays, and little things like that was the difference in the game. But our kids played hard. We can't ever question that. And, these seniors, they played their butts off tonight. Little plays mattered, and that's kind of what was the difference in the game.
So now you've got Johnson on Friday. It's another quick turnaround, the third game in 8 days. How's the team feeling right now?
Right. We talked to them about, football's a lot like life. You're going to get kicked down sometimes. Sometimes you got to be able to try and respond and keep your head up and keep moving in a positive direction. So that's kind of what we preach to our kids. You get a tough emotional game like this, and there's playoff contentions on the line, then it's not a good feeling, but we've got to redirect our kids for 2 days and then get ready to play a game on Friday. So.
And stay with us. Coming up next, we'll head over and talk to head coach Jeff Kaiser and some of his players about their matchup at home with New Hampstead, and we'll also be visiting with Pat Collins and some of the Gator players on their final game of the regular season.
A sports injury can stop you in your tracks. At Optum Orthopedics, our specialized physicians and staff use advanced orthopedic procedures with one specific goal in mind: to get you back to you. If you have a sports injury, request an evaluation. Experience the Optum difference.
This your boy Mo with the flow. Come check out the stove. 15-0, 2 weeks in a row, baby. Stiff arming, high prices. And we're throwing the flag on quality that's low. That's why you need to come see Mo at Floors Out in Statesboro, Georgia. Come check us out at 1267 Northside Drive East in Statesboro, or call us at 912-225-9911. Georgia!
And joining me now, the head coach of the Statesboro Blue Devils, Jeff Kaiser. And Coach, going back to the big win over South Effingham, you guys were in the midst of a 4-game losing streak. You come out, played pretty well defensively, pretty well on the offensive side, and beat a pretty good team that came in with a six wins on their schedule.
Our kids did exactly what we asked them to do. Came out and fought hard the entire time. We had some execution issues, just like we've been having, but when you play good teams, that's what happens. That's why you play the game, but we're real proud of the outcome, proud of the effort our kids put forth.
Let's start on the offensive side of the ball, where you had a little bit more success through the air than you have in most of the games this year. In 3 of the past 4, you only scored 1 touchdown, and then you come out and score 40 points. It looked like you had some good play calls that were able to be executed.
Yeah, and that's essentially the difference. We executed. Felt like that we were able to take advantage of some things that they did defensively in our favor. But at the end of the day, our kids just played hard, and it was kind of refreshing for me as a coach to see them relax a little bit and just go out there and play. And there was none of the body language that I'm afraid I'm going to make a mistake. The body language was getting after it and attacking, and we did that.
On the defensive side of the ball, you're playing against, if not one of the top offenses in 5A, and for the most part, you kind of shut them down, maybe not so much there in the fourth quarter.
3.5 quarters, we held them in check. I was very proud of our defense. Some things occurred in the game that were out of our control that I think caused our kids to become a little tentative toward the end of the game. But we got it done when we had to get it done. Going into the game, we knew that was a possibility. We've seen South Effingham throughout the year be down in the fourth and come storming back, and it happened again. But fortunately, our kids finished. They finished is what they did.
Well, I heard you after the game telling the kids, we still have one more. It's not over yet. We've got to win here to avoid being in a 3-way tie for the 4th position. If you take care of business against New Hampstead, you're the number 3 seed. Your thoughts on playing New Hampstead and where this team is feeling right now?
Once again, this is a top 10 offense in 5A. The amount of athleticism and speed that New Hampstead has is very impressive. They are very, very tough to defend. They are very similar, explosive to South Effingham. Another tough opponent. If we take care of business and like we need to do here on senior night, then we'll be the 3 seed. If we don't, then it creates a mess and a scenario that nobody wants to be involved in.
What kind of problems do they pose, and what do you feel like you have to do to pull out a win Friday?
Well, they play 4 different quarterbacks, and all 4 of them do something very well. They have 3 or 4 wideouts that are extremely fast, extremely athletic. They're well coached. Coach Hockman, his first year there, has done a great job. They're fast, physical. They're just a good football team that has lost some close ones. It's going to be a battle, no doubt. We just got to. The challenge for us is to match the effort and intensity that we gave last week. We got to turn the screws a little tighter and match that again this week.
All right, 7:30 at Womack Field. Stay with us. Up next, we'll hear from some of the Blue Devil players. And join me now, a couple of the Statesboro Blue Devil players. We have Devardrion Lipsey on the offensive side and Hunter Saucy off the defense. And Hunter, we'll begin with you. A big win over South Effingham, a close game. How much did that win give you guys some momentum as you get ready to end the season?
I mean, it kept us going. We worked every single week to get better, and with our coaches and throughout the team.
How do you feel like the defense played?
Oh, I feel like the defense played outstanding, even though the refs were going against us the whole game. But we still played a good game, but we still have a lot to work on.
All right, going back to the South Effingham game, Devardrion, you have 4 touchdowns yourself. Looked like your offensive line was blocking pretty well for you. How do you feel like the offense did?
I think we did good. I know we needed the big win, and I executed as well as the offense.
All right, well, this week you guys wrap up the season at home against New Hampstead. If you win this one, you're the number 3 seed in the state. How big is this game, and how are y'all feeling about it?
I feel like we're going to do great, especially if we just keep our good work ethic going and just play good as a team.
Well, they've got a pretty good offense that throws the ball or runs the ball a lot. How do you feel like that challenge defensively?
I feel like we're going to have to put in some new, different plays or formations just to work with them because they're pretty good in the state on offense.
All right, well, DeVardre, you guys have New Hampstead. If you win, you know you're in the state tournament. You know you're going to be the 3 seed. How do you feel about this game?
I feel like we got to bring it. We got to come every day willing to work and bring it.
And do you feel like the offense is starting to play a little bit better right now?
Yeah, I feel like we're playing more as a team. Yeah, I feel like we're playing better.
All right, Statesboro hosting New Hampstead. 7:30 at Walnut Field. Get out there and support the Blue Devils.
Tanya's mother told her she'd find the perfect bedroom at Badcock Home Furniture and More. And she was right. Again.
Pick a pumpkin and save up to 25% at Badcock Home Furniture and More. That's extra savings on sweet deals, like this reclining sofa for just $5.98, or this 5-piece bedroom set for only $4.98. It's easy with your style, our credit. Pick your pumpkin and save at Badcock Home Furniture and More.
Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests, and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care. And joining me now, the head coach of the Bulloch Academy Gators, Pat Collins. And Coach, you guys went up, made the trip way up there to about 3.5 hours away, take on Bethlehem Christian. I'm sure it was chilly, and you survived the trip and were able to gain some momentum as you get ready for your last regular season game.
Surviving the trip is a good term, Josh. 3.5 hours is a long ways to go for anything, especially a football game. We did some good things in the Bethlehem game. We did some things that will allow us to go to practice and work on several things. I thought our focus was not what it needed to be, and it contributed to some silly penalties that we should not have made. We actually turned the football over one time with our older guys, and then one time with our younger guys. So, our focus needs to be better on long trips like that, because if you get into the playoffs and you make a run, you're going to have to make some trips like that. And there's a lot of positive takeaways. The greatest takeaway is we got the victory and we got home sometime in early Saturday morning, and we did so without any significant injuries.
All right, well, you know the scenario. You have Fredrica coming up on Friday on the road down in St. Simons. A victory there, you're the number 2 seed, and you get to host. A loss, and there's a lot of scenarios in your future.
That's exactly right. We will play Fredrica, and it's a game that has some meaning to it, just like it did last year, where it was for the 1 and 2 seed. It's for the 2 and 3 seed this year, and a home playoff berth is at stake, and we're going to have to play well. Everybody says, well, Fredrica's not the same, and they are not the same team as they were last year with 3 Division I players on the same team. But don't kid yourself. They probably their best running back. Number 2 is back. He's a senior this year, and they still have exceptional team speed, and the team speed is what is the greatest concern of anything. The formula is going to be defensively. We've got to limit big plays if we can not have big plays, and then offensively we've got to keep the ball from them, because those big plays don't happen when you keep the ball from them, and then you got to cash in those drives, those long drives, and as always, field position is going to be huge in the game.
Will the offense look similar to what it did a couple of weeks ago, or are you going to kind of mix things up a bit?
Well, the last 2 weeks has probably looked similar in our approach and what we've done. But Josh, we're going to take all the things that we've done and we've
seen how they marry up with what Fredrica does on defense. So it'll probably be, a mixture of everything that we've done. So we're just trying to put our kids in the best position, and it requires week-to-week adjustments.
All right, so the Bulloch Academy Gators down in St. Simons taking on Fredrica. Stay with us. Coming up next, we'll hear from some of the Gator players.
Ready for fall? Us too at RJ Pope. Get ready to cheer on your favorite team in a new performance polo from Peter Millar, Southern Tide and AFCO. Ladies, we have the best brands and trending fashions. Complete your look with one of our best-selling shoe brands, Soft, On Cloud, and Free People. Shop these brands and so much more at one of our 3 locations, RJ Pope Buckhead, Downtown, and Vidalia.
And join me now a couple of the Bulloch Academy players. We've got Lyons McKinney and Will Aaron. And Will, we'll begin with you, coming off a big win against Bethlehem Christian. I imagine, you guys look like you were getting things done on both sides of the ball.
Yes, sir. We're just trying to gain a little bit of momentum going into this last region game, and just trying to get a swing of things for the last time.
So Bethlehem Christian, do you feel like that did what Will said, give you some momentum? How are you feeling about the team right now?
I think it was great for momentum. I think the attitude's up and everybody's ready to play.
Well, you've got a big game coming up here Friday night. You got to go on the road to St. Simons to take on Fredrica. You guys have built a pretty good rivalry with them over the past years.
Yeah, they always play us hard, and they got a lot of speed on offense, good defense, so it should be a good game.
Fredrica, not exactly what they were last year, but still a dangerous team.
They don't have all the talent they have last year, but they're still very, very dangerous, have a lot of great playmakers, so we're going to have to show up and play our best.
What do you feel like you've got to do to pull off a win, Will?
Well, we got to run the ball early and establish that running game, and our defense has got to come out and limit the big plays.
What's your thoughts on it, Will?
Same as what Will said. We got to keep the ball on offense and then limit those playmakers on defense.
All right, Friday night on the road. Get out there and support the Gators as they take on Fredrica.